Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian Land, and today I watched probably the best episode of She-Hulk so far at 0.25x speed and found 20 new details that you may or may not have seen before. Finally an episode where Marvel was careful enough not to ruin a fan-favorite character. Anyway, without any further ado, let's begin. Number 1. This episode opens with us being introduced to Leapfrog, who is a character from the Marvel Comics. In the comics, Leapfrog did have his villainous moments, but at one point he joins the Defenders, and even helps Daredevil after having fought him a few times. Now notice the robbers he stops from stealing were actually stealing from a store called Monahan's Wholesale. This is a clever reference to Drew Monahan, who is an art director for the show and has been for many other Marvel projects. Number 2. Leapfrog apparently brings a book about himself so that he can introduce himself to She-Hulk. This guy is the definition of narcissism. Number 3. When She-Hulk talks to Luke Jacobson and asks him to take some responsibility for Leapfrog's suit malfunction, notice this mirror over here. Doesn't it look a bit odd? Well, it looks odd because instead of showing a real reflection, they CGI'd She-Hulk's entire body to fit the mirror. The distance between She-Hulk and the mirror, her head should not fit in the mirror due to her height. But it does, and what it did is it decreased the height difference between her and Jacobson. Take a look at the height difference in the real world as compared to the reflection in the mirror. It looks very odd over here, but I will acknowledge that She-Hulk's CGI looks way better in this episode than the previous 7. Kinda tells me that this episode was given some special treatment. Number 4. When She-Hulk hits Daredevil with one of her thunderclaps, notice all the tail lights on the car light up as soon as the shockwave makes an impact. It even breaks the car windows, so this is some great attention to detail there. Number 5. When Matt officially introduces his superhero alter identity to Jen, we can hear the original Daredevil background score from the Netflix series.
So, are you like a superhero? Like the Gold Devil?
I'm Daredevil.
Number 6. In the same scene where Matt reveals his Daredevil, notice the billboard in the background here. Another Steve Rogers musical billboard, which of course made its first appearance in Hawkeye and then in Spider-Man No Way Home. But now it appears in She-Hulk, meaning the musical is a hit and has now come down to LA. Number 7. Outside the lily pad on a telephone pole, we can spot a QR code. Like other episodes, this QR code will take you to a free She-Hulk comic. This follows the recent trend of Marvel hiding QR codes in almost every episode of the shows. Number 8. After Eugene kidnaps Luke and forces him to create a new Leapfrog suit, he says he wants a new suit with a fancy AI technology and a British voice that talks to him.
For version 2, we gotta go all out. Fancy AI with a British voice that talks to you. Oh snap!
Now of course it's a subtle nod to Iron Man's suit and Jarvis, who was voiced by Paul Bettany, who is British. Number 9. When Matt and Jen are at the rooftop, during their first interaction, their faces are lit in green light. But during the second interaction, they're lit in red light. Now green and red are two colors that represent She-Hulk and Daredevil respectively. Now if I managed to teach you anything about filmmaking through my early videos, you would know that something like this doesn't happen randomly in a movie set. Directors make a conscious choice of what sort of light they want to film in, and that means that this is an intended hidden detail. Number 10. During the hallway fight, I love how they actually gave us a slowed down audio from Daredevil's perspective. He not only can figure out how many men, but he's able to distinguish between the crowbars and the crossbow that they're using as weapons. We knew Daredevil can do that, but the fact that they showed us in this episode itself, I really loved it. Number 11. Inside Eugene's frog-themed dungeon, we can see a frog signal, kinda like the iconic bat signal. I just love the fact that Marvel never shies away from taking inspiration from Batman. It happened in Eternals too.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Karun, Kingo's valet.
Oh, valet. Like Alfred in Batman.
All this Batman-related Easter eggs kinda tell me that Kevin Feige deep down might be a Batman fan. Number 12. In the same shot, there's also a sign that says Frog Parking Only. And of course, this classic Frogger. Number 13. When Eugene puts on his Leapfrog costume in a hurry, notice he still doesn't forget to fix his hair and tuck it inside his mask. He's so self-obsessed, and I absolutely loved Brandon Stanley's performance as Eugene. My guy really did a good job there. Number 14. After She-Hulk and Daredevil enter into Eugene's lair, she lifts up one of the arcade machines. And notice after she lifts it high enough for the plugs to get disconnected, the arcade machine slowly shuts off as well. A nice attention to detail there given the fact that it's all CGI. Number 15. At the end of his fight with Daredevil and She-Hulk, Leapfrog literally jumps out a window and ends up breaking his legs, which is something that happened in the comics as well. Well, in one comic, Foggy Nelson represents Leapfrog after he claims his shoes didn't work, which is also the plot of this episode. Number 16. When Jen realizes that the episode isn't over yet, she mentions Red Hulk.
It's weird you guys are still here. Doesn't it feel like this episode should be over? This is the big twist, isn't it? But the question is it the kind of twist that's like, ooh, there's another Hulk, but this one's red, or like, I'm getting fridged?
Now in the comics, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who we've met plenty of times before, becomes Red Hulk following his daughter's death. Now of course, this name drop could be a huge seed Marvel is planting for the upcoming Thunderbolts movie, that was officially announced at D23. However, with William Hart sadly passing away, there were rumors that Marvel might recast the character, and none other than Harrison Ford might be joining the MCU to play the role. Well, whoever plays this character, you can write it down, Marvel will bring back the character. I mean, they have to. He literally leads the whole Thunderbolts group in the comics. Number 17. When Nikki jumps into Jen's kitchen and is ready to do Jen's makeup for the gala, notice the way she's holding the makeup brushes. This is a clear nod to the character Wolverine and his claws. And of course, this wasn't the only X-Men reference in She-Hulk. There have been a few. And also, this comes after it was announced that Hugh Jackman will reprise his iconic role in Deadpool 3. So Marvel is really laying the groundwork for his epic comeback. Number 18. At the end of the gala, when She-Hulk's complete personal information is exposed on a big screen, it not only showed a sex tape that Josh had made without Jan's knowledge, but it also revealed Jan's personal bank accounts, where she has $3,800 on her checking account and $8,204 on her savings account, which is not a lot for a lawyer of her caliber, but it's pretty scary that they have exposed each and every single detail of her to the public. They have her cable bills, her internet bills, and even the guys she sees on the app Matcher. Number 19. Notice in this same scene, we can also see the text Jen received from Todd in this episode, but her phone was compromised in the previous episode, meaning Josh not only copied each and every information from Jan's cell phone, but he also planted a bug that is still letting him access Jan's phone in real time. That's how they could reveal a text that Jen received after the hacking happened. Number 20. The credit animations show us two scenes that we've been told happened, but never saw in the episode itself. One is when Todd buys a Wakandan spear in an auction, and two is when Nikki sees Daredevil doing the walk of shame. And that's it. This would be my breakdown of She-Hulk's episode 8 at 0.25 speed. Alright, let's go now.
Oh shit.